So on Monday, you can expect, as Mark just showed you, a foot out of one snow event. We look at the biggest snowstorms by winter in New York City. So far this season, 10.5 inches, the biggest snow out of one storm, of course, Gale. Last year, 1.3 inches. That was the biggest snowstorm you had. Over 9 inches, or at 9 inches, 2018, 2019, 2017, 18. Then we had 9.8, a 7.5 inch event in 2016 to 2017. But the winter of 2015 to 2016 brought us our all-time biggest snowstorm, Jonas, with over 2 feet, 27.5 inches. Big snow. Again, we look at what's happening on the radar. A lot of what you were seeing isn't quite reaching the ground yet because things have been dry around the New York City area. So I'm going to moisten up that atmosphere. We're going to get that snow falling. You can see to the west and south of town, there we do have the snow coming down already. And as we look at the future forecast, you can see snow in the cards for us as we move into the overnight, into the day tomorrow, and then throughout your Monday, snow around New York City. Now, portions of Long Island, get in on a little wintry mix, get in on some rain, even across eastern sections of Long Island. New York City, you're going to get close to that rain-snow mix at times, but I think you're going to stick with the snow into Tuesday afternoon before eventually winding down Tuesday around dinner time. So things will get quiet, but we got ways to go with the snowfall. So anticipate that moderate snow, even heavy snow through the day, through the morning and into the afternoon tomorrow, 12 to 4 o'clock. That's when we're going to err on the side of some heavy snow. So early to mid-afternoon. As we get into the late evening, snow rates will drop, but it's still coming down. And so by the time all is said and done, looking at 18, 19, 20 inches around the Big Apple with some higher or some lesser totals, lower totals as you head out into portions of Long Island. Now, we look at what's happening in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, 26 degrees there, 26 in York, 26 in Lancaster, and in Reading. This is another area that's going to be looking at some good snowfall coming into the area. I think we may be a little bit west of some of the biggest snow, but you can see it's snow into the morning hours tomorrow, and snow continues through your Monday afternoon and evening. So, dinner time tomorrow, snow coming down. As we move into Tuesday morning, it's still snowing, lightening up a bit, and by Tuesday afternoon, you can see that snow really backing off for a place like Harrisburg. I think by the time all is said and done, for the capital of Pennsylvania, probably 8 to 9 inches. Lesser amounts as you travel 81 to the south and west. So getting around Gettysburg, Carlisle areas, I think we'll get lesser totals. You head closer to, say, an Allentown, could be looking more at those foot-plus totals, 15, 16 inches there, and then closer to the Jersey state line, of course, even more. We look now at Boston. As we take a peek at your tower cam, what you've got right now, the clouds, 21 degrees on your thermometer. So the cold air is most certainly in place. Winter storm watch in effect, and we are watching for the possibility over a foot of snow, especially west of the city. I think that's where the bigger totals will be. Moving forward into tomorrow morning, you can see the snow kind of knocking on your doorstep there around the Boston area. Franklin, Worcester getting in on some of that light snow. Snow picks up in intensity as we go through the afternoon, and take a look at those winds. There will be onshore winds, so it's going to be a rough day. Actually getting a little rain-snow mix and rain changeover later on Monday and into Tuesday. Boston creeps up to 35, so expecting mid-30s, a cold, gusty rain coming down as we head into the morning hours on Tuesday. I think you'll likely stick with the rain in Boston into Tuesday afternoon with the rain-snow mix just west of town. Snow continues in places like Worcester. I think on the back side of the system, we'll actually see that rain-snow line move back to the east, and we'll end with snow showers in a place like Boston. So keep in mind, any accumulations could be cut down by the snow to rain back to snow in places in eastern Massachusetts. So that's why we're not looking at big totals. I think 5 inches probably at best. West side of town, maybe a half foot or a little bit over that with 7 inches. 5 inches down to the south and east of Quincy, and then closer to the Cape. That's where we're only looking at maybe 1 to 2 inch totals. So lesser amounts where we see a much more prolonged period of the wintry mix and also the rain. Mark?
Frustrating forecast map. 1 to 3 on one side of the city, 15 inches on the other side of the city. And you have to drive through that. And you've seen the ones, the SUVs, driving way too fast on snowy and icy streets. All-wheel drive can help in the winter weather, but it can't do everything, as the Weather Channel's Scott Newell found out in snowy New England.
If you live where it snows, you know how two-wheel drive can leave you going nowhere. Traction to four wheels, much better.
If you only have the rear wheels, that's all you're getting traction out of is those two little patches to the road. As soon as you go to all-wheel drive, now you have four patches and you're able to utilize all four tires to gain traction no matter what conditions you're on.
Those who live in the northern half of the U.S. are the big buyers of all-wheel drive, not only in trucks and SUVs, but in sedans you wouldn't expect.
There's no question this all-wheel drive technology is a game changer. After all, imagine I'm driving a Dodge Challenger, a muscle car, in pretty deep snow in New Hampshire. But unfortunately, there are some things all-wheel drive systems can do, and there are some things they can't do.
Definitely, all-wheel drive can get you going better than two-wheel drive.
It will send torque to all four wheels, so you end up getting added traction in a multitude of environments. It's not just about snow.
But steering and stopping?
What all-wheel drive can do is really make your car go around corners any quicker than it normally would, and it certainly can make you stop reasonably faster than you normally would.
But a sophisticated all-wheel drive system can work with stability and traction control to help the driver manage in slippery conditions better than one without.
As soon as the driver has them, also improves their skill set when being able to drive on the road, as opposed to white knuckling it and being nervous, which oftentimes is what leads to mistakes or items that can cause.
Or to be able to take advantage of its ability to handle the weather conditions you're in.
There are some less than stellar weather impacts that are on the way, including not only the heavy snow, but also the wind that'll be occurring with this. Right now, it's reasonably calm across, say, the mid-Atlantic coastline, but look what happens overnight into tomorrow morning as this deepening low off the coast starts to really intensify. The winds pick up in a big way. This is your wind gust forecast. Atlantic City could be gusting 40 to 50 by Monday morning. New York City already gusting to 30. That ratchets up just a bit more as we go through the day Monday into Monday evening. I want you to focus in on what the model is suggesting the center of this low will do from Monday evening all the way through Monday night, continuing into Tuesday morning. It does a little loop-de-loop pinwheel around itself. A secondary low tries to form out here. It's a little bit messy at this point. There's going to be some big winners, both from snow and wind, because of this, and maybe some losers for those of you hoping for big snow totals and for some, the wind and drifting and all the winter weather that comes with it. It's going to be a little bit discombobulated, if you will, because it's not a complete closed off low moving in one direction up the coast. It's not quite that easy. What that does, though, it keeps the strong winds for everybody just a little bit longer. And I would expect some power issues as well with the heavy wet snow and wind for hours. It only takes one tree branch in the wrong spot landing on your power line, and then you're doing the rest of this storm with no power. There will also be coastal impacts here. We're talking about a long duration event of onshore winds. So just about the whole Jersey shore is under coastal flood warnings, as is the coastal areas in Delaware. Coastal flood advisories for the eastern shore of Maryland, for example. Then you get up towards the New England coastline, coastal flood watch in play here. As for some of the cities that we're looking at, peak coastal flood impacts here for the Jersey Shore, for coastal Delaware up through Sandy Hook. Moderate coastal flooding in the forecast. Looks like Monday, maybe even lasting into Tuesday morning. Could it also be a big problem around Freeport as the shape of the coastline helps to keep that water in just a little bit longer. So major flooding is in the forecast there.
Whoa, Susan.
Oh, I'm looking for coupon
Well,
codes.
Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them. It's called shopping smart, not hard.
But I don't have a Capital One card.
Yes, you do.